What is going on, everybody? We are back with another wrestling review. This is CCW, and I'm Nick.
And I'm Joe.
And we are talking about Monday Night Raw for November 3rd. We're recording on the 4th, shortly after midnight.
Yes.
And boy, do we have an episode. Man.
Things happened.
So, last Monday was this great, just all-around great episode. And then, it was followed up by an amazing Dynamite. And then, two extremely crappy WWE shows. And then I was like, man, I'm looking forward to Monday. And now I don't know if I was looking forward to Monday. I'm being honest.
Yeah. They didn't necessarily follow up on all their goodwill.
So... Yep, those weren't my notes. I just grabbed my work notes. That's not going to help me. I didn't write anything down. I typed everything down. We are in New Mexico for the first time ever, apparently. Which, funny enough, is where my fiance was living before she moved here. She was living in Albuquerque.
Albuquerque, New Mexico.
We got Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett on commentary. I'm already missing Cole and Greaves.
Yeah, the superior team.
We get our first in-ring segment, and by God, is it not one of the longest segments I can remember in recent memory to open a show. So Punk comes out. It's his celebratory run. And he thanks, AJ, the WWE Universe, or Punk fans as he calls them. He's the king. He's finally gotten his crown. Not found it. He knew where it was. He knows he has a target on him. He says that he feels several people have earned a title shot, or he just wants to punch them in the face. Names that he brought up were AJ Styles, who's earned a title shot, Dom, who he just wants to punch in the face. He mentioned Sheamus, Ilja, Dragunov. We're just gonna say Dragunov. Much easier. John Cena, Balor, and the Division. He wants to face everybody. He's like, I'm down. And he's like, I know there's somebody in the back that wants it. And listen. The amount of disappointment when the first music that plays for someone to come out was motherfucking Logan Paul, I almost shut the show off and walked away.
He did, because you messaged me. You were like, I don't know if I'm going to watch the rest of the show.
Guys, there are 32 other people on this roster. Men and women. I would rather see Punk wrestle than fucking Logan Paul. In fact, there are people on the indies that I don't even know who they are yet that I would rather see Punk wrestle than Logan Paul.
Yeah, he's got go-away heat.
This man is the most uninteresting presence in wrestling. Now, I want you guys to understand something. He is good in the ring. But I dislike him so much as a human being. And as a superstar outside of the ring, that I don't even want to see him wrestle.
Nope.
I don't care. But you know what? We're fucking stuck with him.
Yep.
So, before he gets to the ring, one of the greatest things in the world happens, though. Punk is like, no, he's not even to the ring yet. He's like, no, stop, no.
The music hits and he just comes out, and Punk's complaining the whole time he's trying to come to the ring.
On the mic at that. He's like, no, stop. I made a mistake. No, go away. Stop. He's beating himself in the head with the mic. Dude, I was cracking the fuck up because I was like, he understands me.
Right.
And I understand him. Punk gets the ring, or Paul gets the ring, and Punk's like, I don't want anything to do with your famous for nothing ass. Punk's like, you need to go to SmackDown. Ilya has an open challenge going, and that's more your lane.
Right?
Um, at which point Paul tries to compare himself to Punk by saying that he's a Mustang and Punk is a Civic with over 270,000 miles, which was clever. I thought it was
He was
funny.
a Ferrari, he said.
Yeah, but I'm like, I don't know. You're like a fucking a Pinto. Um,
He's like a Pontiac Aztec. Just like an ugly, good for nothing vehicle that nobody ever wanted.
and then here comes the division to save the opening segment. Kinda.
Yeah, kind of for sure.
Retrospectively, no, but at the time, I was excited to see them. Heyman says the front of the line belongs to Braun Braun. Uh, he blames Punk on being the one that lost "quote unquote" our title.
Yeah.
I'm glad he's taking up the Don Callis mantle in the WWE.
Kind of has always been his mantle. Don Callis is just kind of taking a more annoying, just kind of being a more annoying Paul Heyman.
That's true. Heyman basically tells Logan to get to stepping. Logan's like, "Yo, you guys are slow. I was here first." And then y'all should have hustled. Breaker grabbed the mic. I was never so happy to hear this man talk. He says Heyman bought everyone 2 weeks, but the dog isn't waiting anymore. At which point, listen, he said the dog's off the leash, and so one of the things that he had said to Punk, or was it Heyman had said to Punk? He said, or was it to Paul? It was one of the two. He said, "You're a dog without a leash, or without an owner." I think he was talking to Paul.
That was Paul talking to Punk.
At which point, Punk should have referred to Breaker as a bitch with an owner, because I feel like it would have been an appropriate disresponse. I don't know. I just feel like it would have fit. And I thought of it immediately. Therefore, Punk should have thought of it immediately. But, I'm kidding. But yeah, no. Where was I? I went on a tangent. Okay. So, Breaker says they both need to bounce out of his ring. At which point, Punk walks over to Paul and is like, "Look, this is where we fight. You can either fight with me or leave." And then he goes to leave.
Yeah, that was the best part of Paul's Paul's entire show, because he's just like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave then.
Yeah. Paul gets out the ring. He gets pushed down. I don't know if he meant to hit the back of his head on that fucking sign, but he sure did.
Yeah, he did.
Paul was going to so Paul was about to leave. They go in and jump him. Paul comes in to try and help him. He gets laid out and tsunami'd. Punk comes back in with a chair, chases them off. At which point, Punk barked at Breaker post skirmish, which was hilarious. He was like, "Come on in." He says, "Step up and take your shot, boy." And then he looked at him and goes, "Hur, hur, hur, hur." And I'm like, "What the fuck are we doing, Punk?" But it was funny. I laughed. Okay, so here's the thing. Over and above all, this opening segment took up 30 minutes of the show and went way too fucking long.
Yep.
That is my big problem. It's not to say there wasn't some good in here. Even with my absolute distaste for Logan Paul, it actually gave Punk a chance to be absolutely hilarious, which I love.
Yeah, I liked Punk's version. He pandered a little bit, but he's a babyface. He didn't do anything really silly.
No.
He's trying to put over the younger guys and the older guys, and is actually interested in character to defend the belt, and we'll see. And then it just went off the rails. I hate Logan Paul so much. His mere presence just makes me not want to watch the show he's on.
Makes me want to punch people in the face. That's what it makes me want to do.
I would have been fine if just the Vision came out. But
well,
I mean, I guess it makes sense, but I just
We'll get there.
well, it makes sense once you see the whole show, anyways.
So, match one, Stephanie Vaquer and Nikki Bella versus Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez, because fuck me. Um, so going into the commercial break, Vaquer and Nikki Bella jumped off the apron to the two heels. Vaquer got up shaking her leg as if her knee is still bothering her. I still don't know if she actually tweaked her knee last week or if it is all a fucking uh, work, which I guess is
Just
good.
story, yeah, work.
It's good if we can't
I
tell.
don't know.
Um,
I think she tweaked it.
but she's doing things like diving into the ring and stuff and having no problems. But every now and again, like she just goes to shake her leg because it looks like it bothers her.
Well, I mean, she did bang it on the ground.
Yeah. Um, Into the match, Roxanne Perez ends up hitting the pop rocks on Nikki for the win. I said right winners, but a pretty bad match overall. Um,
I put they're wasting their world champion on Nikki Bella.
my problem is I'm struggling with Nikki and Perez right now, both of them. Um,
I agree, but you can't really properly evaluate the one because the other one's in the way.
yeah. So the big problem is like so Nikki, funny enough, in retrospect, just still looks very rusty. She still does not look like she's able to do the things she used to do, which she's older. I get it. There's gonna be less that she's able to do. But like simple things is like setting up too early to catch a kick that hasn't even started to be kicked yet. Um,
She is an athlete. She is an athletic bodied lady that is not athletic.
right.
Just because you can lift weights and run on the treadmill and do sit ups and get yourself a body that looks athletic does not mean you are athletic.
Right, but I don't. I still feel like there are very basic things that anybody should be able to do that she's struggling with. And I'm talking about like I could get in a wrestling ring and someone throw a kick at me and me not move until the foot's coming.
Coordination, man, it's all about being athletic
Now,
and being adaptable.
now can I take the rest of the bumps these crazy motherfuckers do? No. That's why I don't wrestle.
Well, we're not conditioned to. We haven't been bumping for, several years.
Right. Although I should have. I should have went into wrestling. But you know what? Whatever. I would have been stuck in the fucking lower card, being tossed out over the ropes and busting my face on the ground like fucking Taka. But no, like I said, this match was rough. It was rough. Like, here's the thing: anytime it was like Raquel and Stephanie, it was fine. But
Yeah, it was just when Nikki was in the ring. Even
Roxanne. But Roxanne has her moments too. The more she does the pop rocks, the more I hate it. Because like it's not fluid. It's like she has to stop, wait for them to set, and then jump over them to do it. Like she has to stop and wait and then jump. And it's
well, she does have to straddle their back, so they do need to be in position. She had to move Nikki Bella up into position.
yeah, but it's always. It's not just Nikki. It's regardless of who she's. It's not just one fluid motion like it should be. I wish there was just something else she did to set up for it. Like a prime example is like Sol Ruka's Soul Snatcher. It's not a thing where she has to stop on the turnbuckle and wait for them to get over to her. Like she just runs, does the flip, and bam, it's there. It's
Well, to be fair, all they have to do is stand next to her.
right. So I don't know. Over and above all, like I said, I struggled with this match. I need Nikki Bella
To go the hell away and get away from Stephanie Vaquer.
to go to NXT, so I don't have to watch her. She can wrestle,
Yeah, go put put over young people.
but go to NXT.
Yeah, just go. You're just go to a show I don't watch.
Go to TNA. Go wrestle people in TNA. Um,
Just go to a show that I don't watch.
Backstage, Jay runs into Punk. Jay wants to help Punk with the vision. Punk's like, "Hey, go get your gear on, yeet."
Well, he was first. He's like, which Jay am I talking to? Am I talking to Little Roman or am I talking to main event Jay Uso?
He's like, "Main event Jay Usos." Anyways, um,
That's literally what he said.
Punk was like, "Cool, I'm gonna go get my gear on, yeet." And I wrote in Jay is gonna go full heel tonight. I was wrong.
Ooh, that would have been the way better outcome.
Yeah, it would have. Hold on. Gal, shut up.
There's your one gill. It's your one gill spot for the night.
Match 2. He's got the zoomies, dude. He is all over the fucking place. This is hilarious.
I can hear him. Sounds like he was on the kitchen tile.
Penta versus El Grande Americano. My guy, calm down. Which I thought was actually a pretty well wrestled match.
It was fine.
El Grande tried to win by cheating, by getting so both of the other Americanos tried to interfere and were caught. And were
ejected.
Essentially thrown out. Penta dove out at one of them at one point. During all of this, El Grande put the metal thing in his mask. He went to go use it, but Penta moved because
he dove at him, and then Penta nope spotted him.
Penta said, "Nah, fam," and then he hit him with the destroyer and won. And it's the first person I think I've seen beat El Grande after El Grande tried to cheat. That's not the Money in the Bank match, because obviously he didn't win that one.
Right.
I do love the commentary here during this match, because at one point, Wade Barrett was like, "Yeah, these two have wrestled before in the Money in the Bank match, but a lot's changed for Grande Americano since then." Because it was a completely different person.
Yeah, it was a whole damn different person.
But that's all he said, so he left it open for interpretation. Good times. Like I said, I thought it was a really well wrestled match between Ludwig Kaiser and Penta. Yeah. Honestly, anytime El Grande wrestles, especially if it's Ludwig, honestly, whether it was Ludwig or fucking Chad, they're both really good wrestlers. So I mean, like,
sure,
it's never really a bad moment. Oh, Penta had a really cool addition to his intro though. He now has something cool that happens in the ring.
Yeah.
Super stoked for Penta as a whole. I think of all the people that's came over from AEW to WWE, he's the only one that, like, I'm not annoyed with. To some degree. And
I was so worried they were going to book him like shit, but thankfully they've actually been pretty consistent with his booking.
They love him, and I'm glad, because, like, he's really fucking good.
He probably moves a ton of merch.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I hope he eventually gets an actual singles title. Like, I hope he does get the IC title or something, because
I think he will at some point.
The man deserves it. He's a legend, like a living legend. Like, he's been around everywhere.
Yep.
So then we get a random Asuka Kyrie vignette, where Asuka's like,
which I like. I like these vignettes.
Yeah, I hate them. It's not for me. Asuka's
I like them.
Asuka's the one true legend.
Just don't like to read the subtitles.
Asuka, that doesn't bother me. Come on now. I watch foreign horror movies. Most of them are Japanese. Asuka's the one true legend of the women's division. Blah. Basically, they just won a tag title match, and Bayley was spared, but not for long. I definitely don't agree with her being the one true legend of the women's division.
No, but I like heel Asuka.
Oh no, I love heel Asuka. but I love Hilaska more when she's not talking.
I think it was very well done. I think clearly they're not comfortable enough with their English to show that kind of emotion and emote like they would need to get that over, hence the subtitles. But I think everything they said was good. I don't know. I
I
liked it.
I don't like these because they could just as easily shove a camera in their face backstage and have them cut the exact same promo in Japanese. I don't need to know what she's fucking saying. Have them fucking subtext it afterwards.
It takes away from it.
No, I've always hated things like this. It goes right up there with the overproduced bullshit that NXT does. It's
NXT is way worse.
same level of bullshit. Same level of bullshit.
I disagree.
We get an in-ring segment. Dom comes out and says he's this. I forgot this was next. This part's amazing. So Dom comes out and immediately I'm like, oh fuck, I gotta listen to this man talk. But
which he is not very good at.
No, he comes out. He's like, look, I've proved. He's great at talking when other people are talking, and he talks under his breath. Like that's where he's at his peak.
Yeah, he can't lead a promo though.
But yeah, he comes out. He's like, look, I'm the greatest IC champ, the greatest Mega whatever it's called champ, and the greatest luchador of all time. And then Rey Mysterio's music hits, and I didn't know Rey was like able to come back already. I say already.
Yeah, there was rumors that he was training, so this tracks.
But his music hits. I popped because I haven't I love Rey. Rey's one of probably my top 20 all time, easily.
Yeah, Rey is my favorite luchador.
And oh, dude, I love Rey so much. So he comes out. I pop. He says a lot of things, but basically it boils down to Tom's not gonna disrespect Lucha Libre. Now there were some other things thrown in there.
He said, "You're disrespecting Lucha. You're disrespecting." He starts naming off all these legends, and he goes, "And Eddie Guerrero," and he goes, "Don't talk." Dom goes, "Don't talk about my father like that."
It was a good time.
I laughed out loud. It was funny.
But yeah, he says Ray said he's not gonna let Dom disrespect Lucha Libre. Dom says he's surpassed everything Ray has ever done. Ray says that while he's
bullshit.
Yeah, he says that as Ray's holding up his Hall of Fame ring, like he's not the only active Hall of Famer ever in the history of the WWE. Ray says that while he's around, Dom will never be the greatest luchador. This won't be his ring, and he will not be the best Mysterio. At which point, Dom tries to swing on him, and then Ray whoops his ass for a couple seconds, sets him up for the 619, but Dom dips.
Yep.
And of course, Ray looked good, like he's still 20. Maybe not that young. He was still moving like he was at least 42, though.
As I say, let's see a full match. Then we'll get a judge on how well he's looking.
Backstage, Lyra and Bayley are talking. Bayley can't stop thinking about the Kabuki Warriors. Lyra wants to make sure they're good and that she's got her back. Bayley's like, yes, but don't want to talk about it. We can talk about all this later. Listen. I don't need any more of these Lyra Bayley pre-match promos.
No, Lyra's acting ability is shite.
It's not even Lyra's acting ability. None of this matters to me as far as I don't care if they have a segment backstage, just a general segment, but I don't need the pre-match. Are we going to be good? Are we cool? Seeing every week. Once is fine.
Yeah, it's getting old. This whole act is getting old. I was hoping for an actual Bayley heel run. Instead, we got this.
We actually get a pretty neat Becky Lynch segment.
Yeah, she hijacks the show for a little bit.
She just appears on the announce table like a goddamn genie. Just poof, there she is. She's been dealing with a lot. She's got a hot husband and injured at home. The Vision have ruined everything. She has a ref that's hell bent on holding her down. Then Pierce sent her to go home and cool down. She said that she then goes on to make fun of New Mexico, and she's like, the only cool thing about New Mexico is a show about how much meth the people here do.
Yeah, that was funny. Probably.
I'm
Don't know
surprised.
if she got that clip backstage, but that was funny.
Oh, dude, it was amazing. She hates, and then it basically goes on to it basically is a setup for her to say how much she hates Dupree, which I'm sure Joe would agree with her.
I don't hate Maxine Dupree. I just don't think she can wrestle.
She says, "Take all the time you want to train because no matter what, the next time you step in the ring with me, it will be your last. Welcome to big time." The coolest.
Only they were smart to book it as a squash.
The coolest thing that came from this, though, was on her way to the back, the Kabuki Warriors come out, and Becky and Asuka have a pretty intense stare down with each other.
Yeah, it was nice. I would like to see that.
Oh, yeah. Well, I think the last thing that I remember that happened between the two of them was Becky giving the world title to Asuka because she got pregnant.
Yeah, she won Money in the Bank. They were setting up a feud, but Becky found out she was pregnant. And they didn't tell Asuka. And when she told Asuka she was pregnant, that was Asuka's genuine reaction.
Yep.
It was kind of heartwarming.
It was. I've gone back and watched it, and it's pretty good. Recently, by the way, like within the last couple months, and I don't remember why I stumbled across it and watched it, but I did. But that leads into match 3, the Kabuki Warriors versus Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. I said, man, there's some really colorful hair in this match.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Bayley alone is her hair. Her whole ass hair is purple.
Well, her whole hair is purple. Lyra's whole bottom half of her hair is blue, and then fucking both the Kabuki Warriors
Kyrie and Asuka,
are all over the place in colors.
Yep.
Honestly, decent match. Asuka starts off most of the match not wanting anything to do with Bayley. Cool thing, right before they went to break, Asuka German suplexed Lyra on the outside. It was kind of a neat spot.
Yep.
Into the match, Asuka makes Lyra tap after pushing Lyra into Bayley and knocking Bayley off the apron. Post-match, Kabuki Warriors are about to jump Lyra, and then Charlotte and Bliss come in and chase them off. Which,
and they bail.
During the commercial break, afterwards, or somewhere later in the night, they actually interviewed Charlotte and Alexa, not Jonathan Coachman, wrong guy.
Well, that'd have been amazing. What a hire.
Who's the other guy that they still got that's been there forever? Byron?
I don't know.
Is it Byron?
I didn't get that feed.
Who are the
Oh, is it Byron Saxton?
I think it's Byron Saxton.
Yeah,
Yeah, Byron Saxton.
What guy?
Yeah, he's been there forever.
Yeah.
So yeah, Byron was interviewing Charlotte because he's the guy that during commercial breaks when they do interviews, he's the one that holds them. And
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
he informed them, since they hadn't heard yet, that next week on Raw we're going to be getting the Kabuki Warriors versus Bliss and Charlotte for the tag titles. So I am looking forward to that match.
Yep.
That's about one of the only matches I'm looking forward to that I've heard is happening next week, but we'll get to that later. Backstage, the Judgment Day are celebrating that Raquel gets a women's title match next week. That's one of the matches I don't care about. Although I'm sure it'll be fine.
It'll be a good wrestled match.
Finn and Jay. Here's what I think would be super interesting. What if they have it set up to where Raquel wins it because Girl's hurt and needs to take a little bit of time off?
Ooh.
But then
I don't think that would happen.
Raquel holds on to it till Liv shows up. And then it'd be super interesting.
It would be interesting. I agree with you there. But Raquel was one of the ones that was always worried about uh, Liv, so I don't know how they would pull that off. But because remember, Raquel was one of the ones like, Liv is going to be back. It's not going to take that long.
Right.
But
Um.
I would like to, I would like to see Raquel eventually get her flowers. She's been very good.
No, I think she will. She's one of the better women on the women's roster. I actually would like to see her go to SmackDown, if I'm being honest, once this whole Judgment Day thing blows over and is done.
Yeah.
Because they need the help over there. They really do.
Boy, do they. Boy, do they. Because who the fuck is Jade going to fight?
But yeah, so Judgment Day are celebrating that Raquel gets a women's title match next week. Finn and JD are about to go try and win the tag titles. Dom shows up and wants to bitch about his dad. Finn and JD are like, figure your own shit out. We got a tag title match. Deuces. At which point, Roxanne tells Dom that he needs to be the bigger person and go out there with the guys and try and help them win. And he was like, you know what, you're right. He was like, but I am the bigger guy. It's little things like that I love about Dom. Like, it's the little under his breath shots at people that are fantastic. Although it does kind of make him sound like a toddler as well.
Well, he's supposed to be immature. It's part of his character.
And then we got match 4, AJ Styles and Dragon Lee versus the Judgment Day, which is my match of the night.
It is my match of the night as well.
Midway through a decent match, I said decent. It was actually a pretty good match. Dom comes.
It was a well wrestled match.
Dom comes out holding a shillelagh, and then places it up against the tag title pedestal, or the title pedestal. It wasn't specific to the tag titles. But pretty sure Sheamus is going to come take it back. So there's this whole like way overproduced finish, but I loved every second of it. So like,
yeah, it was overproduced, but it furthered a lot of things.
So like, Sheamus comes out because Dom is told to go over and go to hit AJ, but he goes to hit.
Yeah, he's like, go hit AJ with your title, because Finn was going to get up and distract the ref.
Right. So he goes to hit the title, but Finn didn't get the chance to distract the ref. So I think Finn was actually trying to get him kicked out of the arena. But that's a whole other thing later.
Well, he got on the apron. He just didn't do it very quickly.
Right. So he goes to hit him with the title. The ref catches him mid-act and tells him to back off. But as soon as that happens, Sheamus comes out of nowhere and basically takes Dom out.
Yep.
While that's going on, he's about to jump in the ring to go get involved with Judgment Day. That distracts the ref long enough for Finn to hit AJ in the head with a shillelagh. And they almost get the pin, but Dragon Lee comes from out of fucking nowhere, breaks up the pin attempt. At which point we end up getting McDonough, who goes for a hurricanrana where he's on top of the turnbuckle and he's going to go do it to AJ, who's standing on the floor. Except when he gets AJ basically holds on to him and doesn't let go, which sets him up perfectly to be able to do the Styles Clash, and they get the win.
Yep.
One of the better finishes I've probably seen in a match in a while. That's been an absolute overproduced mess, but a good mess.
Well, it was a lot of outside interference and shenanigans.
Right. And honestly, one of the reasons I feel like it didn't bother me so much is the entire show wasn't full of it.
No. That's the whole point when you're booking. Don't overdo the same thing. Like, we joke, like, every Judgment Day match is the same, right? Distraction spot, heel win.
Right.
Which this kind of was as well, but because there was no other
Well, there was one
match
other.
quite like it went over better.
There was one other. It was the Los America or the Americano versus what's his face, because the two Americanos dudes got involved. But
Yeah, it's no, you're right. It's every heel's tactic. It's what all of them do all the time. Like, let your heels get beat clean. Sometimes it's warranted.
or let the faces do some
Why are
dirty
you
shit every.
protecting them? They're losing anyways.
Let the faces do some dirty shit every once in a while, especially if they're facing a heel tag team.
Yep.
And I'm just saying it could work both ways.
Yep.
Um, backstage. Oh, so Nikki goes to apologize to Stephanie for the loss. Vaquer says it's okay. Nikki's like, no, I'm rusty and I don't know if I belong. And I'm like, I'm glad we're thinking the same thing.
All right. If only she was thinking that.
Stephanie says she's Nikki Bella, one of the greatest ever. Stop feeling down about yourself. Nikki says she'll be in her corner and be rooting for her. I feel like Nikki's about to turn heel,
Yeah.
which she needs to.
That is the entire point of this.
But I would love for her to walk on her heels and go to NXT and leave this show alone.
Or hurry up and turn heel, get beat, and go the fuck away.
Right.
Because we're going to get this regardless.
We're going to end up at some
just
point.
Do the heel turn already.
We're going to end up at some point with fucking Trish Stratus versus Nikki Bella.
I don't think so. Trish ain't strapping him up for Nikki Bella. Now, a horsewoman or something like that, yeah, Trish come back for that. One of the newer people, like, I could see her wanting to wrestle Vaquer, but I don't see her coming back for Nikki Bella.
Right. So, we get a backstage segment, which was Paul Heyman approaching Jimmy Uso. Paul tells him that he was his favorite Bloodline member, and is basically like, this isn't, what you're doing isn't something Roman would do. And Jay was like, I don't give a damn what Roman would do. I don't give a damn what Jimmy would say. He's like, everyone's in my ear. But Punk faced me one-on-one, and I respect him for that. And Heyman was like, Jay was like, I don't care about anybody else. And Heyman was like, basically trying to recruit Jay. And I wrote in my notes, I hope it happens. I was wrong, but damn, I was hoping it was going to happen.
Were.
So then we get more of an idea of what's going to happen with this John Cena turning. So they'd been basically teasing it all night, where they were going to pick the first 4 names that were going to be in the tournament. There's supposed to be 16 total people. Now, they've mentioned 4 people it's going to be people from Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and people that don't even work for the WWE. I have a hypothesis for the people that don't work for the WWE, by the way, and I only think one of them are going to be AAA and one of them are going to be TNA. But we'll get there in a second. So, it could be 2 people from TNA, but I have an idea of something I think they could do that would be interesting. We've got the 4 names from Raw, which is what happened here. And we know that Rusev is going to wrestle Damian Priest. We also know that Sheamus is wrestling Shinsuke Nakamura. And both of those matches are happening next week.
Yep.
I only am interested in one of those matches, and that would be Sheamus and Shinsuke. I have
because they have a history.
And I have a feeling that it's going to be Sheamus versus Rusev following that, because they have a history.
I don't want to see that again.
But I'm actually hoping that it's going to be Damian versus Shinsuke, because, or honestly, you know what? I either want Rusev versus Shinsuke or Damian versus either Sheamus or Shinsuke.
I think Damian Priest is going over. Well, I don't know.
Because I could see Damian getting screwed over more than anything. I could see Aleister Black getting involved. So, we also learned that on SmackDown this week, SmackDown is going to be showing the next 4 that are coming out of SmackDown, which leaves NXT, who I don't care who comes out of NXT, but they'll probably have 4, and that's going to leave 4 other people. So here's what I think is going to happen. I think there are going to be 2 people specifically from TNA, which are going to be Joe Hendry and Nick Nemeth, would be my 2 guesses.
I could see that.
Because Nick Nemeth actually has a history with Cena.
Yes, because his other twin is named Dolph Ziggler.
Something like that. I do think we're going to get one AAA guy. I would have no clue.
Mystico?
I would have no.
Mystico's in
Mystico's in
CMLL.
CMLL. I have no clue who it's going to be. Maybe it'll be El Vikingo. El Hijo del Vikingo.
I don't know how that match would even
And
be properly wrestled.
And the person that doesn't work for the company in any way, shape, or form, or any other company I absolutely could see showing up is fuck, I forgot his name. Hold on.
Chris Jericho.
No.
Zack Ryder.
Yes, actually, that's where I was going with it. I just couldn't remember what his Matt Cardona. I think Matt Cardona will be the other guy.
Good. I hope so.
I had an interesting thought that I think would be really cool, but is absolutely not going to happen. So, obviously, WWE is not going to work with AEW to get people from AEW in. Plus, I don't think Tony Khan would allow it. Right?
No. You can't allow your talent to go somewhere else and potentially get hurt.
But
in a match for your competition.
But hear me out. Could you imagine if H did reach out to Tony and say, hey, I would be willing to drop all the issues that we have with Andrade if you let Andrade wrestle in this tournament for us. Or I guess you couldn't say if you let, because technically he's still under contract with WWE. No, because he got fired.
Yeah, he got fired for cause.
So,
which is why they're trying to enforce this giant non-compete.
I guess I would be interested to see if he could work out a deal to maybe get Edge in order to to go ahead and let oh boy out of the contract fully so that he can come back. I
doubt it.
It would be an interesting thing because honestly, the most appropriate last match ever for him would be Edge. Let's be real. It's not going to happen, but it would be the most appropriate.
It's going to be Batista.
No. Please, God, no.
Yeah, it definitely is not going to be Batista. Batista has no interest to wrestle again.
No. Anyway, it's just fun things to think about. It doesn't matter who it's going to be. The winner's going to probably be what's his face? Because they already said they want him to be the last person to wrestle Cena.
Who's that?
Walter.
Yeah, probably.
But my overall prediction is it's going to, like, the 4 people I do think it's going to be, I think it's going to be Nick Nemeth. I think it's going to be Joe Hendry. I do think it's going to be Matt Cardona. And then I do think, like I said, there will be one AAA person. And if it's going to be a AAA person, it's more than, oh my God, what if it's fucking El Patron? Don't do this.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
It could be. They have a history.
Yeah, they do. No. Why did that name pop in my fucking head? I don't need an Albert because oh no.
He works for AAA.
Oh.
He's one of their big stars. Why'd you even have to bring up AAA like they exist in the first place?
Because WWE is pushing them. But I could actually see it being him, dude. I legit could, because they want to get him out of AAA and back in WWE anyways. At least that was
Do they, though?
That was what was rumored when El Vikingo won. The thought was to get Alberto out of the spotlight, and then bring him back into the main roster. Fuck me running, dude. Anyways,
you brought it up.
I'm gonna write that down. I got something to tweet
I'm
later.
gonna get my flowers.
I'm gonna tweet that, and I'm gonna be like, if I'm right, no one else thought of it. Damn it. Del Rio. Anyways, moving on. So, okay. We get our main event, and it's Punk and Jey Uso versus the Vision. Which honestly was a decently wrestled match.
Yep.
That unfortunately ended in a double countout, which are the worst.
Which is lame for a main event. So lame.
Yeah, it is. Unless it spills out into like the crowd, and it's
DQ is better.
And it's super just like they're going at it.
Yeah, but a DQ is better. If you're gonna do a no contest, do a DQ.
Right, like do a double DQ if you got to.
Yeah, something. A double countout's bullshit for a main event.
So post match, faces are on top for a bit, but we're eventually overwhelmed. Uso ends up catching both an outside of the ring super spear and then a regular spear in the ring, which is also kind of a super spear. And then he caught a tsunami. At which point,
yeah, he did.
Punk chases them off with a chair. The Vision go to get their own chairs, and then Logan slides in to have Punk's back. Or at least that's what they made it look like. As soon as he slid in the ring, I knew.
Yeah,
and
I did too.
I was deflated. Immediately deflated. He slides in, puts on the brass knucks, and then punches Punk, and then hands over the brass knucks to Heyman. Thank you. I couldn't remember his name for some reason. And apparently he's pretty much joining the Vision. Ladies and gentlemen,
they've ruined this group.
I want you guys to understand something. If you ever wanted me to be uninterested in a group, this is how you do it. Like, I now have them interest levels below the fucking Judgment Day. Like, I've actually been on board with what they've been doing with the Vision this whole time. I loved that they booted Seth out. I loved that, they took them kind of away and let the story unfold as far as the world title is concerned. As much as I would have rather had Breakker just beat everyone's ass, like, I do still think it was interesting for him to, like, hang back, wait, and then come out. Now that everything's been clear, we have a for sure champion. Like, start gunning for that title. Start beating Punk's ass. Like, I'm on board with that. Now I don't care.
Yeah, but now are we even getting that?
Like,
it seems like they're more conditioned to move towards a Punk versus Paul match.
No, they're building up for the stupid cage match.
War Games. It's War Games.
So maybe if we're lucky, it's not him joining the Vision. Maybe if we're lucky, it's just Paul putting together... I called him Paul. It is Paul.
War Games team.
A War Games team.
We'll find out next week, I suppose.
Because like I said, now it didn't end how I thought it was going to end. If you remember, I thought it was going to end with Lesnar showing up behind Punk and F5ing him. For those of you that don't know, that didn't listen to our Saturday Night's Main Event review, that was what I said during that. And I was like, he's going to go out and he's going to be cutting his promo. Someone's going to come interrupt him. It's probably going to be the Vision. And then when it's all said and done, Lesnar's going to show up behind him and F5 him.
That would have been better.
Yeah, probably.
I would have hated it, but I would have hated it way less.
But yeah, we'll see how this goes. I hope he's not actually joining the Vision. But I also kind of, dude, I just feel like he really is. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. I hate WWE War Games matches. The
Again,
first one was good in NXT. Hell, even the second one was good in NXT. After that, they've all sucked.
we've said this before too, though. Like, I would have no problem with War Games being a special match type that comes up for Survivor Series, as long as it was like one of them, right? Like, whether it's the men, whether it's the women, like, pick one of them to be a War Games match, and then still do a Survivor Series traditional match.
Hell, I don't even know if I want to see those. I see those every week on Collision.
No, you don't, because those aren't elimination matches.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Touche, pussycat.
But at the end of the day, WWE hates me, and they're really testing my patience. Really testing my patience.
Yeah, so there was nothing overly wrong with the show.
Oh
It
no,
just had,
there was one thing definitely overly wrong with the show,
yeah, Nikki Bella.
and Logan Paul.
Well, that was on purpose. The Nikki Bella stuff is not so much on purpose.
Yeah, but you're talking about somebody with like almost legit go away heat being involved with division now. Like, I don't get it.
It's gonna get clicks and views, though, Nick. The youth are gonna love it for some reason.
At this point, his fans aren't the youth anymore. It's the 30 to 35-year-old guys.
Oh, the generation under us.
Yeah, the guys that grew up on the Pauls. Anywho,
Ooh, his year.
yeah. Overall, like I said, it wasn't. It's not an absolute terrible show. I don't like the names they pulled from Raw to be the possible last match for John Cena.
Well, it's not even that they're all from Raw, because Shinsuke's on SmackDown,
Oh, is he?
and so is Damian Priest.
Yeah, true that. Who knows how they do it?
They're just pulling names from a thing, allegedly. It's across all
We know better.
rosters.
We know better.
Well, no, it's all predetermined, but I'm just saying in storyline, they're pulling it from the little randomizer thing in the back.
Yep. But all right, guys, that's gonna do it. I don't have anything else to talk about. Like I said, now I'm deflated from the conversation. I had to basically relive the end of this show twice. I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, not great, but that's Raw.
Yeah, it was. All right, guys, that's gonna do it. We'll be here Wednesday for Dynamite.
Wednesday. Yes, hopefully it's a good show.
Dynamite. It probably won't be. They gave us our one good show every couple of weeks.
Yeah, and that was last week. Man, I hope we'll see.
Listen, Raw has ruined any outlook I have for the rest of this week.
We were so optimistic last week. Now it's biting us in the ass.
That's what we get. That's what we get. All right, guys, that's going to do it. We'll talk to y'all Wednesday. Deuces.
Later.